Hello, it's Burgess Taylor, and it's Monday morning, so that means it's coffee chat time. Grab you a cuppa. Let's get started.
I don't think anybody should judge anybody unless they've walked a mile in their shoes. I'm outside, but I wanted to do my coffee chat somewhere different because the atmosphere of looking at my computer screen right now just kind of is leading me towards what happened yesterday. And I was not very happy with what happened yesterday. So, judgment. Julia Cameron said, jealousy is a mask for fear. Fear that we aren't able to get what we want. Frustration that somebody else seems to be getting what is rightfully ours, even if we are too frightened to reach for it. At its root, jealousy is a stingy emotion. It doesn't allow for the abundance and multiplicity of the universe. Jealousy tells us there is room for only one poet, one painter, one whatever you dream of being. The biggest lie that jealousy tells us is that we have no choice but to be jealous. Perversely, jealousy strips us of our will to act when action is the key to our freedom. Yesterday, I was disappointed by somebody that I admired in the journaling community. And then I was frustrated and pissed off by that same person because I found out that the person she pointed out in her video, which is no longer up, was actually somebody else that I admire and respect. But when I first watched the video, I thought it was personally aimed at me because it felt personal. Not because she was aiming it at me per se, but because it felt personal. I happen to use that kind of notebook and have done so for a long time. I've been doing art and words, combining the two for a couple of years. It could very well have been me she was pointing out. Without getting into any of all of that, I just kind of wanted to talk about judgment and jealousy and envy and insecurity and fear. My father used to tell us that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I try to hold to those words. Sometimes I hold back what I have to say until I can really think about it. And if I can't say it in a tactful, nice, respectful way, I try not to say it. Every now and again, a little bit of blunt will come out, a little bit of rude will come out. More blunt than rude. But every now and again, I will hurt somebody's feelings with my words. But I try really hard not to. I did that a lot as a teenager and in my early 20s, having an asshole. Being in a relationship with a couple of assholes, though, taught me real quick, But yesterday, I was just dumbfounded. I was really dumbfounded. I've often said that there are some people who they will walk the walk. They don't just talk the talk. It's one thing to say, short journal your way, or, things like that. But it's another thing to actually practice it. Because if you say there are no rules, that it's your journal your way, and then you go rude or nasty comment, or you criticize somebody for having a nice journal, or an expensive journal, or an expensive pen, or an expensive traveler's notebook, or anything like that, then it's the pot calling the kettle black. It's being a hypocrite. You're not. If you go on about your Hobonichis or your Midori Traveler's Notebooks, but then you make fun of somebody or make a snide or critical comment about somebody who uses a $25 notebook with Tomaway River paper in it, or who has expensive fountain pens or watercolors, it's the pot calling the kettle black. If you want to teach people or help people find ways to journal on a budget or different ways to be creative, don't criticize other people who are being creative in a different way. You don't know somebody's stories. You haven't walked in their shoes. Take me, for example. I researched jellyfish for a few months after I saw Romany's on her video. I researched them. I contacted Janelle. Asked about what I wanted, and then I thought about it, about the price, and then I saved. But I saved for 3 months. For 3 months to get my writer's Bible. I did. I saved for 3 months. I waited to get more expensive watercolors until I thought I was ready. Somebody sent me a tin with Daniel Smith watercolors in the little half pans, and I tried them out, and I was hesitant to use them very much because, one, I didn't want to get spoiled, two, I didn't want to use them all up too quickly, and they were like my precious. They were my precious. And I was so appreciative that she sent me those. And now I've gotten some more, and I got a set of Schminke because they were on sale. But just now got to the point where I feel like I'm doing pretty decent work, where I feel more confident in myself. And a lot of that had to do with paying attention to, when I very first started watching videos, I was like, oh, yes, you know. And then I'm watching Romany's, and I'm watching Courtney's, and Courtney is so talented, and she did the journal process videos and her Hobonichi, and I was just in awe and amazed. I could watch her all day long. She's one of the sweetest. She's one of the sweetest. And Romany, I love Romany. I love her to death. She's the best personality too. There's some awesome creative people out there. And there, you know, Romany just got finished saying that too. They're like with One Book July, there are no rules. Reinforcing that over and over again, there are no rules. Why does it matter what journal anyone uses? People ask sometimes in groups or on my videos, you know, what journal should I get? I'm like, whichever one you love, whichever one resonates with you. And that's what it's really about. Okay, camera focus. That's what it's really about. It's really about your journal and you doing things whichever way you want to do them. It's about you using products that you really want to use. It's about you doing what resonates with you. Whether you draw or not, whether you watercolor or not, whether you use clip art in there or not, whether you do mixed media or not. If you use crayons and a pen and a composition notebook, or just loose leaf paper, whatever, it doesn't matter. Nobody has the right to judge you. Nobody has the right to say if you have an expensive journal or an inexpensive journal that one is better than the other. Nobody. Nobody has the right to say because I saved $25 or $30 and I bought a Pilot Pereira or a TWSBI Echo and I prefer to use that in my journal. That's not okay. Or if I want to use this Uniball Vision, I like this to draw with. I really like this. This and the Sharpie and my carbon desk pen and the TWSBI Echo with the fine nib are my most favorite things to draw with. But that's the whole thing, is find what resonates with you. But judging other people for any reason like that, it's all wrong. But you know, people are going to judge us. They're going to judge you. They're going to judge me. They're going to judge everybody else. It doesn't matter whether you are fit and you go to the gym or you sit on the couch and you veg out. It doesn't matter if you are a rock star or a construction worker or a truck driver or a lawyer or a banker or anybody else. I mean, any other profession. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter you're an artist, a writer. It doesn't matter. If you have long hair or short hair, curly hair or straight hair, gray hair, if you're letting your gray hair grow out, if you're almost 50 or if you're almost 20, it doesn't matter. If you have kids or don't have kids, if you have pets or don't have pets, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. If you paint and draw in your journal or don't, I like all different kinds of things. I like mixed media. I like looking at it. I'm not comfortable with making mixed media when it comes to acrylics yet because I'm learning. And I don't know anything about composition when it comes to mixed media. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, but I play and I have fun, and that's what matters. And you know, it was that very person that this other person criticized that helped me really kind of find my, one of the people who helped me really kind of find my way with the journaling, who really made me see that I could do different things. I could watercolor, I could use Zig Clean Color Real Brush, I could use Prismacolor pencils to add in little bits and detail for color, you know, but that's off the subject. Jealousy and envy. A lot of that competitiveness, some of that, it's born from fear. Sometimes it's born out of a desire to succeed, the ambition. We want to be like others. We want to have their success. We want to have their followers. We want to have applause. We want to feel good about ourselves via all of that. You know, if we can be successful, if we can have followers, if we can have a certain amount of subscribers, if we can do this, or do that, then we've accomplished something. But if you're not the one making the effort, if you're not trying to succeed, if you're not trying to do things, then you're not going to. Then it's going to be all the other people out there who are successful, whether they are more talented than you or not. It won't matter if you're not out there trying. But if you're out there and you're criticizing other people to make yourself feel better, or you're nitpicking at other people to make you feel better, because I know people do that, misery loves company, you know, that's just wrong. It's just wrong. You know, we need to, like Arwen says, seek joy, pass it on. You know, don't criticize other people. I mean, people are going to judge other people, okay, but you know, there's no need for all this bullshit and petty stuff. There's no need for it. There's really no need for it. There's enough to go around for everybody. There's no need to try to steal anybody else's glory or to make anybody else look bad to make you look good, because it really doesn't make you look good. It just makes you look bad when you try to make other people look bad. I'm not complaining about it. I'm very disappointed. I'm not even mad. I'm disappointed. I feel let down. I feel sorry for her. I feel sorry for her. Because people don't usually do that. They don't usually point fingers at other people. It's like bullies are usually bullied. You know? When a little kid's out there bullying other little kids, it's usually because he's been bullied at home or bullied by older siblings or by older cousins or by older people in the neighborhood. People don't normally do that, point the finger at and do that whole judging, that, you know, unless they're unhappy and miserable or scared or whatever, you know. Misery loves company. So, actually, I let all of this make me miserable. I let all of this make me miserable. And I did get a bit angry because of, like, what the hell. I was more upset and disappointed than anything else. Because at first it felt like like I said, it felt like it was about me. But it wasn't. Well, it could have been. Maybe it was. It was about all of us. It was about all of us who have been enabled. Or who enable. Because I am both. I have been enabled and I am an enabler. Yeah. Hello, my name is Burgess, and I have enabled, and I am an enabler. I have been enabled, and I am an enabler. And I will continue to use whatever the hell kind of journal I want to use and whatever the hell kind of pens I want to use. And with that, I'm going to close, because it's my journal, and I'm going to journal my way.